Yeah, Brainiacs. What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well, no doubt about it. Kind of gonna kick some things off, rattle some cages. It is a Monday. All damn day. No doubt, I hope everybody's doing well. What are we gonna talk about tonight? This is Open Lines night on Monday, chaotic night. Giving Rob Goth here on Wednesday. Friday night interviews here on The Matrix. We talk about, I seen a headline roll across my desk here today. And I'm like, oh yeah, let's talk about this shit on The Matrix. Definitely got to talk about this on The Matrix. Since, you know, Biden is our favorite vegetable here on the show. He's definitely our least favorite vegetable. But nevertheless, I definitely want to say that, I want to talk about this. Oversight chair. Also, we're going to go over some other headlines. One of the headlines I was wanting to talk to you guys about tonight was also how people living in their RVs over in Los Angeles, California. I guess the county of LA is like cracking down on that shit, saying we're gonna pay you to kick you out of your RV and destroy it. Yeah, man. Again, on top of that, right here, senators and everyone else, they're starting to come down on Biden because I guess Oversight Chair Comer to hold FBI Director Wray in contempt of Congress over the alleged crime scheme and the Biden family crime dealing. We'll talk about that too, and whatever else you guys want to talk about tonight. Also, I want to show and point out to you guys, we're going to go over an article. It says, watch. This is Politico.com. We're going to watch a Chinese warship go sailing. It says dangerously close to to a United States destroyer. Do you guys believe that? Dangerously close to a United States destroyer? Last I checked, our country's kind of like embedded with China, and from what I understand, right, we're like kind of doing some dealings with China, and this ain't nothing new, but nevertheless, we're gonna go over this. I'm gonna show you this. Quite interesting, no doubt about it. Don't go anywhere. Matrix breakers, crank this shit up. Let's get this thing started. All right, let's do this, Brainiacs. Crank it up, Andy Cassidy always says. Brady, yeah.
You guys ready? It's time. It's showtime, brains. That's right. It's Matrix time. And it's go time. Welcome aboard, everybody. Let's go! Talk about ufology, conspiracy, controversy, and anything and everything that we can get into tonight. Let's go. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Get up, Brandon. Yeah. It's definitely your show. Your show, and we appreciate you for being here. Buckle up, everybody. Board.
Yeah, brainstorms, I say, call you Brainiacs. I hope you're doing well. Mojo got it in my hand, oh no doubt. Hit her up, Tina Daly in the chat. Give you some crank and some human jet fuel, as I call it. Yeah, man. In about 25 minutes, I'll be coming out of my skin. You'll be seeing my soul come through my eyeballs and shit. It's great. Fucking great. Absolutely great, Brainiacs. Gotta love it. Go over here to the brain chat and see what's going on with everybody. What the hell happened to my screen? What the hell is going on with my screen? Oh, that's a pop-up. Mr. Jeff, let me. There we go. I was gonna feed the dog, the next door neighbor's dog, and he messaged me, and you guys got to see that I'm gonna get to take care of the neighbor's dog. Yeah. So anyway, we'll go over here to this grand old scheme of chat here. See what's going on with everybody. I don't know what's going on with one of the brains. I missed it. Something about evacuation. There's like 200 homes lost. I don't know what Krista, what is going on over here? I have no idea. I was watching Friday Night Show. It's been worrisome from time here. I didn't get evacuated, many did. 200 homes lost. Holy shit. 50 in my community. I'm here tonight, though. I love you all. We love you too, Kristen. What's going on? I don't know. I don't know anything about what's going on with what you just said. Mr. Larry Hawkins, door kicker. What's up, bro? Andy Cassidy's in the house. What's going on, buddy? Hope you guys are doing well. I do. Miss Rose C. CC. Hi. How are you? How are you? Socrates. You got to call and tell me about this damn plane. Tell everybody about this plane that you seen go down. You really cool. Socrates tracked a plane, and I guess he was tying it to the government, and said that mainstream media would not even touch this. So I'm gonna bring Socrates on here if he got time to talk to us about what the hell he was sharing. Wildfires. See, I was out of town over the weekend after Friday and didn't really have nothing. Hello from Toronto. What's up, Canada? Howdy, Laurel. Finally, Gitmot announced on your link. Back. What? Good to see you all again. Hell yeah. Howdy. Let's go into these headlines. Let's do that. Again, the phone lines are open. No doubt we will be taking your guys' phone calls all night long. Whatever you guys want to discuss, whatever you guys want to talk about, we'll talk about it. Nevertheless, here they come. I'm going to drop some links in the chat description to just further this equation. You guys can share right along with me, and that way if I get banned, you get banned, and well, we're in the same camp together. We're down at the bottom of the news feed and shit. This oversight chair Commerce to hold FBI Director Wray in contempt of Congress. Let's talk about this for a second, because here's the kicker. They all need outed. They all need outed, okay? Because I truly believe that in my own heart of hearts, that the majority of Congress has got blood on their hands too, okay? I'm talking going back years, whenever we had Hillary Clinton on the stand, and she was talking to Congress about her influence as well as her interference with Benghazi, okay? They were all just sitting there like this, right? Like this. Or, well, maybe some of them like this. Didn't really see any of them go like this. But nevertheless, I'm just telling you that I personally believe that almost, I would say 80% of Congress, or a little bit less thereof, has got blood on their hands as well. So this bullshit with Oversight Chair Commerce to hold FBI Director Wray in contempt, come on, man. These son of a bitches golf together. They probably swap wives together as well as spit. It's just fun and games, man. That's all this is. So Commerce, we're gonna play this. This is Fox. This is a Fox bit. Check it out. Let me go again. So we don't get in trouble for this, right? We're gonna run commentary with Hannity here, but nevertheless, fun. Let's do this.
Phone call
Run it up, Hannity. Let's do it.
Today, as the House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer and FBI Director Christopher Wray, along with Senator Charles Grassley, spoke about the possible release of a document that claims that Joe Biden accepted a $5 million bribe from a foreign national when he was vice president.
Stop it for a second, okay? Stop it for a second. We gotta check this out. Right? We already freaking know. I know, you know, we know, she knows, the fence post knows, okay? So is Hannity is Hannity going to be the next Tucker gone for like talking about this shit? What's funny is Dan Bongino, I got another post from Dan Bongino. It's like these people are the only ones that are allowed to talk about this and keep that fear mongering going. Keep that bullshit just going, stirring it up, stirring the pot. See how much they can stir, because it's a game, man. This is just a game. We're watching this play out. So what my question to you guys right now is, with what you already know about the Biden crime family, what do you think's gonna happen? I don't want to let it out there, but I see Speaker McCarthy get in there. Nancy Pelosi's taking her Smirnoff and ran to a corner somewhere, eating ice cream and bonbons and shit, and she's just sucking it up for retirement. She's done. But nevertheless, we're watching pieces fall from both the House, Congress, etc. My question to you, again, open lines tonight, call. Let me know what the hell do you think is going to happen with this Biden crime syndicate? Because that's what it is. So that's what I said in the very beginning of the show. When it come down to me showing you that a Chinese warship crossed in front of a United States destroyer, come on, man. Who cares? We're in bed with the Chinese, or they are anyway. It ain't no big damn deal. What's the big deal? What's the big deal about that?
And took specific actions in exchange for that.
Man.
Now, Comer has subpoenaed that document. The FBI has not yet turned it over. The Bureau says that Wray offered Chairman Comer the opportunity to review the document in a secure setting. Comer says that offer is not good enough. He now plans to move forward with his effort to hold Director Wray in contempt of Congress. Now the FBI also claims that just because the Biden bribery allegation is on paper does not mean it is true. But apparently the Bureau has a track record of downplaying negative information, especially about anybody with the last name Biden. We also have FBI whistleblowers telling CBS News that the agency was actively labeling evidence against Hunter Biden as, you guessed it, disinformation.
Boom. Again, Hannity, I'm telling you right now, bro. Hannity, you're getting your shit really close to where Tucker went. And Tucker will buy, right? I mean, we don't want you to end up like Seth Rich on the Hillary crime list. We don't want that. But nevertheless, we already understand what's going on. We already see this dismay happening. Okay, we've known this for a while. So as we watch the Matrix come crumbling down, it's like a scratch and sniff. I mean, this is somebody pointed this out to me as well, and we already know this. We already understand this. With what is going on, in DC, if this poor bastard is really real, and he's not a clone, he's not a robot, he's not whatever, right? If the dude is real, this shit is elderly abuse. Okay? This is elderly abuse. I could not help it but to, you guys know me, whenever he fell during that presentation and the discussion in front of the military as well as the world, just recently, this is just last week, I couldn't help it but to screen capture that and just like make fun of it. There's no reason now at this point we should even this dude, if he's not already dead, Gitmo, whatever. I've seen so many conspiracy theories on, well, holy shit, they're all in jail. Half of them are dead. 90% of them, from Obama to Michael to all of them, they're all in Gitmo, and they're being processed. They've already been. We're talking the Q conspiracy. They're already charged, hung, etc. I don't know. All I'm going to say is, if it is, it is. That's that's part of someone's timeline within the matrix of things. In my eyes, I could care less. I don't give two shits. That's a lot like Pride Week or Pride whatever month. I don't give two shits. But don't touch our kids. You start coming at our kids about this bullshit. That's where Matthew's got a problem. That's where I know Rose has got a problem. And Lisa's got a problem. Mike Ground Pounder has got a problem. Okay? Whenever they start coming at our kids about this Pride Month, like I told you last Friday, I told you the prior couple weeks, I got into a damn argument with a woman who was upset that she was having a hard time finding someone who's going to chop the balls off of little Billy. Billy thinks that Billy is Brittany. Because Billy thinks, look, they're shoving this shit down people's throats, okay? I could give two shits less what you are, what you think you are, what you feel you are. I could care less. I don't care. With a big F, I don't fucking care. And primarily, none of these people care either. You really, live and let live, right? But when it comes to like forcing this fear mongering, the political agenda, this gay rights, LGBTQ plus R plus RTT RB, whatever. Again, we could care less what you do, what you say, what you believe. But the moment that you've got the majority of oversight, and I mean government, coming down saying, "Oh, well, it's okay. We totally feel that it's lucrative to put money forth here to do this." And well, I think we should push this. This should become an agenda. Not on our kids, man. A child at the age of 12 years old can't even really make up his or her mind as to what the hell they're going to wear that day when they go outside to play, right? So you're telling me our government is now telling us that they have got the ability to choose whether they do or they do not want to go in there to their adult life with their own God-given genitalia. Because see, that's the thing. That was their narrative, saying, we're here in Akron, Ohio anyway. Our mayor says, well, we want them to feel the way God has made them to feel. Oh, well, let's not forget about having them go through like a psychiatric evaluation and trying to get back to being the way that God made them. That's out of the question. We're just gonna pay. The city is going to pay for them to feel comfortable in their skin the way they feel. However, God made them the way they were. So they're not happy with the way God made them, or they were born. So be it. Again, I frankly give two shits less. I don't care. But again, going back to the children, that is to me where they cross the line. I'm very, very protective of the kids, my kid, your kids, just the children. I get very choked up when I start talking about that. This, whatever. I didn't mean to get off on a tangent. Definitely did not mean to. Not on our watch, man. The kids. That is the shit. That is the line. That is the tie that binds right there. Start fucking with the kids. People are going to definitely. Yeah. Nevertheless, let's get back to the Biden crime family here.
Even if it was completely verified. Here with reaction to all of this is House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer. First, your reaction to the to the vote tonight on the spending bill, Congressman. What's your reaction?
Well, I think your two female guests did a great job explaining that this was a pretty good deal. Look, there are Democrats mad because we cut spending too much. There are some Republicans mad because we didn't cut spending enough. That's called governing. I don't like it. But when we're 1/3 of the equation, the House is 1/3, the Senate's a third, and the White House is a third, I think it's about as good a deal as we could have gotten. So I'm glad that we've moved past this, and now we can focus on trying to get spending under control again in October when the full year budget appropriation comes due again.
All right.
Let's stop this here and go over this for a second. You, me, and everybody else here in the fence post. I know right now, right? I know right now that we could probably do with a smaller government oversight. Do you guys agree with that? I want to say the majority, 90% of you are going to agree with me that we need a smaller oversight when it comes to big body government. What happens whenever you get delinquent on your credit card? What happens? What happens if you get delinquent on your house? What happens? It gets taken, doesn't it? Gets shut down, taken from you, blam, blam, blam. So this is where I say, Matthew Turner, says that I see the talking heads over here in D.C. going somewhere through the matrix over to the Federal Reserve and saying, oh, well, yeah, let's just extend their credit, because that's me and you, right? Me and yours credit, so that they can get further and further into debt, sending our money. Not even real money. We could wipe our ass with it. It's the only reason that we believe that we need it or see that we need it is because they have made it a necessity. You see, we could give two shits less whether we do or we don't, right? Yeah, Christopher Beeble says repossession. Well, let's say this. I could care less if the Federal Reserve goes and takes Washington, D.C. and then sells that shit. I could care less. Oh, well, bye, pack your shit and get out. Sell it. All of you pencil pushing, tie wearing politicians have got your head so far up the Federal Reserve's ass. They can have a secretive meeting on the debt ceiling and say how they will not handle the trillions upon trillions of deficit that the United States government holds. I just got a warning here on the broadcast, by the way. We shot up in the red, which means they obviously don't like that I'm saying this, but I frankly don't give two fucks. It needs talked about. And I'm going to talk to you about it. You see, here for the longest time, the Federal Reserve has just not even say it has had for the longest time, from the beginning. See, they're the ones that are the bankers. They are the cartel. They are the ones that have got the oversight of their own entity. They are their own little thing. The Federal Reserve is as federal as the Matrix Mines. Or as far as Dairy Queen. You see, we know this. The Federal Reserve, everybody up in here already knows this. If you're listening to this broadcast, I'm going to say the majority of you already know that. Nothing new here. Nothing new here by any of you hearing me tell you that the Federal Reserve is not federal and that it is just an entity that the United States government has good faith that it's going to treat their people right. And, well, Congress sold us the fuck out a long time ago. I think it was around 1915 that the Federal Reserve bought and paid for Congress. I do believe that's about when it was. So if they did it then, they sold us out then. If they sold us out then, right here, let's just get right back here to this thing. Just remember, if they sold us out then,
Let's talk about your call earlier today with the FBI Director Christopher Wray, along with Senator Chuck Grassley. And you have been asking and demanding that they turn over this 1023 form. Director Wray acknowledged that they have it. He would produce it for you in private. Let me ask you about this, because my understanding of a 1023 is pretty simple, is that it is an allegation. You and Senator Grassley believe it's a credible allegation based on the individual whistleblower that brought it to your attention. Okay, I tend to trust you too. However, the question I have is, are we going to start releasing all 1023s publicly? Would that result in an invasion of privacy or the potential of making accusations against people that they have not fully corroborated? And why not take advantage of the FBI director's offer to see it in like a private skiff or whatever, whatever area he deems secure?
Let's stop this for a second. Let's stop this. So sorry, Hannity. Okay, this is the Matrix show. This is these guys' show. At what point do the lines, again, these are ties that bind. You just mentioned Hannity and someone's private life, right? Involved in something like this. Now, remember, they're going to talk about these things in secret, so not to disclose someone's private life. Let me say something to you, all of you talking heads, all of you ABCs, every fucking one of you. Look at me. All right, we should have sound now. That's funny. Let me show you. Let me tell you something. Again, all of you talking heads. Let me fucking repeat what I said. Let me repeat what I said. I said, all of you talking heads, all of you ABCs, pay real close attention to what I'm saying, because I will repeat everything I just said. You have no private life. You have no private life. So going and saying, oh, we'll discuss these oversight regulations, blah, blah, blah. We'll discuss them in private. No. Here's the situation. The Federal Reserve meets on my behalf, your behalf, and everybody else's behalf in closed quarters, right? And it's complete bullshit. Complete bullshit. They have no oversight. They have nobody to hold these people accountable. So whenever you are in a position like Comer, and you've got all of these people under your thumb to answer to, as well as, well, you're the ones that makes the laws that comes down on myself, the House, etc., etc. You have no private life. You can take that private life and kick it right out the window, because that is the spot that you chose to have. There's no privatization right there. You have already chosen to be my mouth and everybody else's mouth. Just saying. So all I'm telling you, every single one of you, every single one of you, when it comes to being on and in the position that you're in, please think really hard. Think really hard about the position you've got, because I'm not going to do anything, nothing to harm you, nothing. It's the harm that's going to come to you is going to be from the tiers above you. Okay, so if when you wonder why the House of Cards, all of this people throwing ham sandwiches at the fucking wall, wondering what's going on in your department, all you've got to do is look and follow the money in your own department. You know this. But when it comes to like privatization, and we're talking behind closed doors. No, man. No. All of this shit should be public, within the public domain. I should know what's going on. Tina Danley should know what's going on. Earl Fields should know what's going on. Angela Black. Every single one of these people listening, watching, participating should know what's going on. Because believe me, we've got plenty of military that's participating up in the chat, as well as that listens to the show, that already know. Okay? It's coming to a head. The pimple's about to pop. All of the administration over there, I won't say it. I'm just going to repeat what Hannity says. The Biden crime family. When this pimple pops, trust me, you ain't going to want to be even near the explosion radius. Because there's people within your own departments, all of you ABCs, that's probably going to be in a lot of trouble. So it's best to just tell the truth from the beginning. Don't hide it behind closed quarters. Don't have a closed door meeting. Oh, fuck no. You be out there like this, like everybody here on the Matrix. Like right now, right here. You want to come and to expose something? That's how it's done. I've got to commend some people on a completely other broadcast on a completely other different page for helping to expose all of this bullshit. Because again, if you have got the ability to fix the problem, right? Now I'm taking Larry's words here, not mine. If you've got the ability to fix the problem, you see the problem and don't fix the problem, you're part of the problem. Right? Yeah, let's continue this. Again, no. Your private life is gone. Go bye-bye. That's right.
Well, to answer that question, Sean, he offered us the opportunity to come look at it in a private shift, but he was going to redact it. My experience with getting documents from the FBI when they're redacted, it's all black lines. They don't show anything. But I'm going to say on this show what we told Director Ray, what Senator Grassley told Director Ray. He and I have already seen the 1023 form. We knew what was in the 1023 form. Until we told Director Ray that, he never even admitted that the form existed.
Do you guys, let me point this out. Do you remember the dossier, right? Do you remember the meeting of Clinton on the tarmac? Do you guys remember that shit? That didn't exist either, did it? None of that existed. None of that happened. None of that happened. But you mark my words, I can guarantee you that the real talking heads knew exactly what happened in that. Exactly. So, mind you, I don't know why I'm almost saying that someone's taking like a remote control over my machine. I could be wrong. I'm going to give you all the benefit of the doubt. There we go. Get back to where we were, to where it doesn't get great. But I definitely wanted to continue. But I wanted to point this out. Why? Is because it's important. Your life, my life, everybody else's life hangs in the balance of these flakes. That's exactly why this shit's important. Come on.
But he was going to redact it. My experience with getting documents from the FBI when they're redacted, it's all black lines. They don't show anything. But I'm going to say on this show what we told Director Ray, what Senator Grassley told Director Ray. He and I have already seen the 1023 form. We knew what was in the 1023 form. Until we told Director Ray that, he never even admitted that the form existed. So the level of confidence
Bullshit.
that we have with Director Ray went down. It only declined throughout the conversation. So we will go there and look at the redacted document, but we know what's in the document. And the reason we find this allegation credible, not only because of the credibility of the whistleblower, but because we've seen a pattern.
Somebody hold him. Somebody hold him so his ass don't fall down Air Force One there, man. Are you kidding me? They let him walk down that alone? Holy shit. All right, so look, let's get back to this right real quick, okay? Because we already know, again, that the Russian disinformation and collusion. Remember the Steele dossier, right? The Steele note. Remember the note. On top of that, remember, we here are classified as journalists, okay? Mind you, what we do here, this is considered journalism. I don't consider myself a journalist. I really don't. I don't consider myself a journalist at all. I don't consider myself anything more than just someone that presses the buttons, makes pretty screens, and talks to everybody. A journalist I am not. I didn't want to be a journalist. I didn't sign up to be a journalist. But nevertheless, all of you that publicize things like this are considered a journalist. This is alternative journalism, okay? As well as alternative media. This is the shit that comes under fire, under scrutiny when we talk about things like this, okay? We've all got a friend, or we've got friends that share simply the news. And even though you share the news, well, it could be listed as fact-checked, disinformation, or, well, not all, it's not fully disclosed. So there's missing information here too. So check, that goes under your belt as well. You see. Let me share something with you. I was having a hard time streaming to Facebook, or the broadcast here. So we're better to stream than, well, look, I mean, if we're trading with China and we've got the border wide open, and we've got people in Washington buying and investing and selling and trading and sleeping with and etc. with China, was better than to broadcast in China as well, right? So tonight I wanted to share with you that we're broadcasting tonight from behind the enemy lines. Just wanted to point that out. That's right. We picked a platform, and we too are streaming in China. Just wanted to point that out. So I figured if we were going to get censored here, all right, we're going to get censored over here. Maybe over in China we ain't going to get censored. They might like us in China. Hell, who knows? Who knows? I'm just saying, kind of getting tired of the bullshit over here. Definitely. So you guys can give me all the heat you want. I'm just kind of like saying, well, let's see how that one goes. Let's get back to Hannity.
Of Joe Biden, when he was vice president, leaving a country after he talks about foreign aid and foreign policy, and his family members start receiving payments from that company through shell companies that are then laundered down to Biden family members. So there is a pattern of behavior. And we saw that in Romania. We've seen that in China. We've seen that in other countries. That would suggest that this allegation has merit.
Well, by the way, with all the press reports I've been reading today about your phone call, not one of them actually mentioned that minor little detail that it would be redacted.
Yeah, he left that part out, which is a big deal.
That's a huge deal.
Yeah,
that's not transparency. Right. All right, so that means now that you will move forward with contempt charges against the FBI director. Tell us what that will look like, because, let's say he comes in. I would doubt that he may just not show up, or if he just would the FBI director plead the fifth?
Game over.
On an issue? And doesn't Congress, especially your committee above all others, have oversight? That is your job to have oversight.
That's our job. That's what this committee does. That's what this committee was created to do. We have oversight over the federal government. But for some reason, the FBI thinks they're immune to oversight.
Oh, but wait, there's more. They are. The last time I seen them dispel an unwarranted warrant of investigation on President Trump, right? Whatever happened out of that shit? It sort of like got swept right under the rug. Why? Because they knew that they'd fucked up. That's exactly why. No offense, FBI, but someone and something in your department absolutely stinks, man.
Look, the Durham report proved that the FBI has lots of issues. We brought that up. Senator Grassley and I reminded Director Wray that the Durham report was devastating to the credibility of the FBI, and his response was that all happened before he became FBI director. So, look, all we want is this form, and it's not classified. They can redact the name of the informant. I'm fine with that. I would have redacted it if I had the document, without that redaction. Let's protect the human informant. I agree.
All right. Whenever you guys heard me say, the private life, the private sector goes bye, I didn't mean any of the whistleblowers and the informant. So seriously, if I've got good friends. I've got good friends in the ABC, a lot of them, in several of the agencies. And I do want to say this. I would protect you as far as the name goes as well. With what happened and allegations about the Biden crime family. And not only allegations, but the connections and all of that other shit. If you really know about it, absolutely. I would want your name redacted out of it, blacked out. But see, the problem is whenever you've got the head of the FBI department coming out and saying, "Okay, sure, we'll give you the document. Just give us a couple weeks. We'll get you the document." Okay, it's a lot like the dossier, the Steele dossier, and the note, right? From blah blah blah. You may as well have just printed the document with white out. Why? Because the pages were black, a little bit of white, a little bit of letters, black, white, black. I think the page used up probably 60% of the fucking toner on the printer. Literally, to redact the entire documents. So this is what I'm saying. A lot like Comer's saying. A lot with what Comer is saying to Sean is give us the documents. And I'm saying everybody, every single aspect of everybody, worldwide, globally, should see what's going on without any bullshit, without any redactions. Leave out John Doe or Jane Doe. Of course. That isn't what I meant by privatized life being bye-bye. Okay? What I'm saying, and everybody over here will agree with me, is it is hit or miss time. It is time to shit or get off the pot. And I'm talking to all of you ABCs, from FBI to CIA to NOD, all of them, NOS, the DOD, all of you. When you come out and you give a credible whistleblowing statement on your department in connection with this kind of shit, be as open as you possibly can. Even if you, mind you, I've had a really good friend of mine say, well, the good guys always, I got 2 weeks paid vacation or assisted leave. And then the next time I did it, well, it was a week of unpaid vacation. And you know what? Why didn't my thought is, why didn't you blow the whistle on the entire department whenever that happened? Yeah, I told on my department. I told on to my department, and well, I didn't think that this was good or this was towards the benefit of the people here in this little county. And well, I got browbeat for it, and I got penalized for being a good cop. What? You got to be kidding me. Back in the day, growing up, I wanted to be a police officer. I wanted to be a cop because I was raised around good-hearted people. I was raised around good individuals that could literally, mind you, whenever I got in trouble growing up, the police brought me back home so that I could get my ass beat by my dad and learn and know better. I had police officers bring me home and not kick me over into the juvie for doing stupid. Dude, I ever ran a DCAT 9 bulldozer over the side of a hill after rolling through about 5 stacks of fucking brick. And I had the cops bring me home. That's a juvenile delinquency act, is it not? That's like dumb kid shit. But nevertheless, I'm saying be real. Be real with the people. You took an oath, right? Our military took an oath to the people to serve and protect the people. Not serve and protect almighty dollar, not to serve and protect the court system. Because that's what it is. It's the trickle-down effect, and this is literally the only way that we're going to break this matrix facade, is by your help. Your help. And again, I know I say this to every broadcast, to every single one of you. I know you've got a consciousness. You kiss your wife on the lips and say you love her and good night, honey. You pat little Johnny on the ass and send him off to bed. I love you, Johnny. Good night. Mom, I love you, Mom. You've got compassion. You've got a consciousness. Now we're just waiting for you to wake up to all of humanity over here. We know that you've got it in you. Okay? We know that you do. You're not just a little black-eyed child and you're like a fucking daunting talking robot that, well, you know, it's just I just go to work, do my job. I come home, I eat shit, I sleep, I go do my job. I come down hard on American people. No. We know that you're compassionate. We know you're a human being. You're a soul. You're part of the consciousness in a body, and you've got a heart. Again, I'm not gonna say this again, but nevertheless, please, whistleblowers, don't be scared, man. It's done. This matrix facade is done. This is an absolute joke. Absolute joke. And the joke is on them. It ain't on you. The joke is on them. It's on your own department. That whenever you do tattle and you get smacked on the ass for tattling, tattle even more. Tattle because you got in trouble for tattling. I'm telling you, rip that fucking Band-Aid dead square off. I don't care even if it rips it to the bone. It is time, dude. It is time for the house to... Because it was built on a foundation of bullshit. You know it, I know it, everybody else knows this. Let's get back to this. This is almost done. This is almost done. But believe me, you're going to want to know this. And then I'll share the article. I'll share this here with you. So, again, you can be on the bottom of the news feed with me. Let's do this, guys.
I agree with that. We should always protect the human
I want to
informant.
be very clear. You believe in the credibility of this whistleblower. You believe that the
Absolutely.
allegation that Joe Biden, as vice president, received money for his family or family enterprise in exchange for specific acts that he took as the vice president of our country. You believe that that is a credible charge, an allegation made by a credible witness blower?
It's so hard to believe, Sean. I wouldn't have believed it had I not seen the bank records.
Oh, now, did you actually catch what Sean said? Did you catch what Sean said? I'm sorry, but I'm not going to repeat what Sean's. I'm not going to replay what he said. But Sean said that Comer seen some documents, right, of some ties that bind China, Ukraine, the syndicate, the big guy, since he's been vice president. Oh, shit. You heard that? That would mean that he was doing some bad dealings ever since the Obama administration was in office. If I'm not mistaken, is that what he said? Yeah, that's what he said. Continue, Sean.
have I not seen the shell companies that the Biden family created to launder money that was being received from foreign nationals after Joe Biden left the country with foreign aid checks? So there's a pattern here that would suggest this is a credible allegation. Just a few months ago, they said, oh, you don't need access to these suspicious activity reports, these bank violations that the Biden have. You're never going to find anything there. That's what Janet Yellen kept saying. We finally got in there, and guess what we found, Sean? We found that Joe Biden lied when he said his family never took money from China.
What? Now, again, I know that we're not the Dan Bongino show or the Mike Levin show. This is the Matrix Minds, where we, question everything, even the fabric of reality, as well as we even question the legitimacy of this fucktard over here. Sorry about my language, everybody. If you're offended, then you can turn the channel. I mean, we're all big boys and big girls here, right? We can take this. This is real. This is absolutely real. What you're watching is this narrative being played out of nothing more than trickle-down money. Follow the money. I assure you, many times we've shared this with one another. Follow the money. The money itself is the tie that binds. A little bit longer on this article, and then we'll switch to another headline.
We found that Joe Biden actually did, and his family did receive payments while he was vice president, and we found five new Biden family members that were in on the influence peddling scheme. So that was a very productive trip to the Treasury Cabinet, even though they said we wouldn't find anything. I think we'll find the same sort of evidence with the FBI documents.
And Director Ray, to be clear, will now face contempt of Congress.
Unless he produces this document like we asked, this unclassified document, by Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever we have the markup.
All right, James Comer.
Wow. Didn't you guys find that really, really, really interesting? Let me get that for you over here in the Brainiac chat. All right. Let me bring this. Let me just bring this to you right here. I'm going to drop this again. There's been people here on the broadcast that have shared this kind of information. And again, all this is news. This is just the news. But they've shared things from the Matrix, and they've taken a strike or they've taken a ban for it. So again, share what I just shared with you at your own discretion. Because here's the kicker. If Sean Hannity continues to do what Sean's doing, no offense, but I don't see Sean being with Fox News too much normal. I'm not saying that something's going to happen to him, like, death warmed over, or, he's going to end up like Stealth Rich. I'm just saying, I see him them saying to him, well, you're treading in some really, really, really rough waters here. And, well, Sean, we just don't need you anymore. Go with Tucker. Go with God. All right, so look, let's get to the next article. Get the next article. And that would be right here. Right here. Again, share what I just dropped with you. Share what I just dropped with you by your own accord and your own discretion. Again, really discern it. Do with it what you will. I asked you to share the broadcast, and even that from time to time is well, sometimes you get in trouble for even doing that, and that's sad. That's really, really sad. So check this out. Fox News host confirms that the GOP senator on the Pentagon's fifth failed audit. What? We've got missing money? The Pentagon? No way. The Pentagon? A failed audit again? Again? Oh man, come on. You gotta be kidding me, right? There's not a penny in this budget to help beat Putin, says Lindsey Graham. Let's play this, man. This is some shit right here. Let's play this. Yeah. Come on, just get with the program. Come on, Lindsey, let's go.
This budget locks in a smaller U.S. Navy, at a time the Chinese Navy is growing dramatically. There's not a penny in this budget to help beat Putin. The Navy is smaller, the Army is smaller, the Marine Corps is smaller. This is not a threat-based budget.
I got to stop this because here's what I want to point out to you. Now, if what he just said is not absolute clarification that we as the United States Incorporated, we're fighting Russia LLC. Did you catch that? You did, didn't you? You guys are smart. So if anybody would like to question whether the United States is in a war or not, well, thank you, Lindsey Graham, for clarifying that the United States is at war with Russia, as well as, well, we're funding a war in Ukraine. Sorry, bro, but it's not our war. Look, it's not our war. Not our war at all. All right, continue, Lindsey. Let's bro, go.
This is a budget of political compromise where people have lost sight of what the country needs. We need safety and security. To my House colleagues, I can't believe you did this. To the Speaker, I know you got a tough job. I like you, but the party of Ronald Reagan is dying. Don't tell me that a defense budget that's $42 billion below inflation fully funds the military. I want a commitment from the leaders of this body that we're not pulling the plug on Ukraine.
Oh, Lindsey, I think it's fucking time for you to retire, bro. Because right now, we're going to go over here. I'm going to shrink this article, and I'm going to shrink this article and go back to Brain Chat. I want to see your guys' input. I want to see everybody's input, as well as, again, the lines, open lines. I want to hear you. And that is unless they shut the switchboard down, which I'm very well aware that they do. They do. They very much so do. In fact, hell, I don't even have mouse activity on the switchboard. Holy shit. Look, Lindsey, it's time for you to retire. The Ukraine war is not our war, bro. Let's go back. Listen to this shit one more time.
This budget that's $42 billion below inflation fully funds the military.
Let's play old school math. 40 billion. In fact, let's just round this up. 45 billion. Okay? $45 billion to fund our military. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to open up a tab. I'm going to say how much money. If you guys know, I want you to drop it in the chat. Let's just play a game here. That's it. What we're doing here, and I realize that our broadcasting, our platform, the platform that we're on right now, broadcasting, it has got Ukraine ties. Okay, so I want you to know that if the feed goes bye-bye, well, we've probably pissed someone off on Restream. But nevertheless, I want to share this with you. Now, you just heard Lindsey say, now again, we will round this up. He said 42 billion total overall to fund our military per year. 42. I want to share with you the number that may or may not shock you as to what we have spent and sent over to Ukraine. Okay? Now, I'm not making up things or fudging these numbers. As of June 6, I'm reading this. You can literally look it up. How much money has been sent to Ukraine? As of June 6, 2023, there is no specific information available on how much money has been sent to Ukraine. So you mean to tell me that we don't really even fucking know? We don't really know. But it says, however, in 2022, Congress approved $113 billion. Yeah, that's right. $113 billion of aid to Ukraine with along with $67 billion associated to defense needs and $46 billion to non-defense concerns, such as general Ukraine government aid, economic support, blah, 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 right? So now you see where I've got a little bit of a fucking problem with what Lindsey Graham just said to me, you, and everybody else here who is an American citizen. Now you see the house of cards is falling down. Okay? All of these ties that bind are being severed. All of them. What do you mean we can't fund them? Are you fucking kidding me? No, Lindsay, we can't fund them. I'm sorry. But your chia pet is dying. Okay? Let's get back to Lindsey Graham and his rant. You gotta hear it. Because here is Johnny, right? Here we go. Johnny, get it right, Johnny.
Did this.
Can't believe you
Speaker.
fucking
I know
did
you got a
this.
tough job.
You do.
I like you.
I do
But
too.
the party of Ronald Reagan is dying.
It's been dead.
Don't tell me that a defense budget that's $42 billion below inflation fully funds the military.
Nope.
I want a commitment from the leaders of this body that we're not pulling the plug on Ukraine.
Nope. We're absolutely not, Lindsay. And let's show them what's behind door number 2.
There's not a penny in this bill for future efforts to help Ukraine defeat Russia. This budget that we're about to pass makes every problem worse. I want to end the war in Ukraine by defeating Putin. If you
Did you just... You did, didn't you?
don't, he keeps going, and we're going to have a conflict between NATO and Russia, and our troops will be involved. And if you don't send a clear signal now, China will see this as an opportunity to leap into Taiwan.
I call bullshit. I call real bullshit on that. Oh, come on, Brainiacs. You guys got to get involved here in the next half an hour. You've got to get involved here. Percy Littleton, give me a jingle. Mr. Larry Hawkins, give me a call, man. Somebody get up in here with me and chew some fat. This is a bunch of bullshit. You guys know it. I know it. Lindsey Graham knows it. This is bullshit. We should not have to be dealing with and or funding a war that we didn't start. This is not our war. Okay? It is that simple. It is not our war. Can you give me another cup of coffee? Yeah. I literally, this is ridiculous. Do not put MOJO in that coffee. You guys understand every aspect of what I'm telling you. You're smart. This is not our war. We didn't go to war with Russia. Okay? What I see, we all see up in here is we have assets. Excuse me. Biden or somebody has got assets in Ukraine. Okay? There's assets in Ukraine that are being threatened. All right? There's no other reason for them to be funding the war in Ukraine. None at all. Why? Is because it's not our war. There's assets in Ukraine. Okay? That is it. Because let me tell you what, the Speaker of the House, the Vice President, Chuck Schumer, all of these bastards went to Ukraine and they were thanking them for fighting. They were thanking. Man, I have never seen the fucking Speaker of the House I've never seen Nancy Pelosi ever get on a plane and go to Afghanistan. Okay? I have never, ever seen some shit like that. Ever. Never seen it. Never seen it happen. And you won't see it happen. Unless there is assets.
Oh, here we go.
You won't see it. Brainiac, welcome to the Matrix Minds. What's up, bud? What's on your mind? Thank God.
Recording started.
I'm not alone, right? What's on your mind, Brainiac?
Yeah. You're not alone, Matt.
Thank you, sir.
Can you hear me?
I can. Absolutely, Socrates.
Okay, good.
Socrates.
What's going on, my brother?
Nothing. I'm just a little bit. I'm a little bit. I'm wound up on MOJO and coffee, and I've got. Yeah. Tell me how you really feel, bro. Tell me how.
No, I don't want to hear that.
Well, please be honest with me.
But
tell you how you really feel.
I agree. I agree with you on Lindsey Graham. He's been a piece of shit for the longest time, ever since 2014, when he was pushing Ukrainians to go at it with Russia. This is his little baby right there. That war, along with a whole bunch of other people, but. This is the Ukraine war back in 2014. Well, what they were going through, the genocide that they were committing, the neo-Nazis, the asshole group, whatever. It was Lindsey Graham and McCain that were all up on that.
Absolutely.
Back in the day, going out there and pushing that, and. Well, they're going to get, I don't know. I have a few Russian friends, and they're the nicest people. I've never met a Ukrainian, with the exception of when I was crossing the border from Mexico to here, and there was a group of them in front of me, and they wouldn't allow them in the United States because they didn't have the proper documentation or whatever. But I'm sure they went through. By the way, the border is freaking wide open. Wide open. Now,
no. Tell me something. No way.
I see it. I mean, I jump back and forth all the time on it. I watch the border every time we go out or come back from a trip. And before, the coyotes used to have to bring you across. Now they don't do that. Now they drop you before they cross, and immigration right now is, providing the service, and you get a free cell phone.
And there's more. They give you graham crackers and water to boot, and they'll point you to the nearest bus station. Are you shitting me? What is this? Oh man.
No, on that note, you know how, who was it? I see a lot of Republicans going in, trying to push our troops being in Mexico, going in there. And supposedly Graham was one of them. Speaking of Lindsey Graham, he was one that said, we want to do to Mexico or help Mexico with their problem like we did in Colombia. First of all, look at Colombia right now. I mean, these are very rich countries. South America is very rich in minerals and all the good stuff. Here's the thing: it's not the fentanyl that's a problem. It's not. It is a problem, but it's our problem. We're the consumers. I'm just wondering when America's going to detox from it, because that stuff is really bad. There's not coming back from that one. You might come back from crack, you might come back from meth, you might come back from whatever, but you're not coming back from that fentanyl crap. But anyway,
no.
So him and another senator, I don't know who it was, but they're trying to push that. And Obrador, a lot of things that I agree with Obrador, and a lot I don't. I can't. And Obrador, I don't know what it is. He must have some business under the table with the Biden, because he loves the guy. And are you serious? And now he's telling, Obrador's telling, I like the guy. Hispanics, I think that's election interference. I have both nationalities, so I can talk. I can talk shit. He's telling Hispanics not to vote for Ron DeSantis because of whatever reason. I think Ron DeSantis is doing a pretty good job taking on a lot of people. I don't think there should be a division between us, whether it's Ron DeSantis or Trump. I think they should both work together and get this back on track. I honestly believe that we need Trump, but if it ain't Trump, it could be somebody. But get this guy out. I'm scared shitless. There's not going to be any poll watchers this time coming around. We're just going to see a freaking repeat of what we saw last time. I think there should be voter ID. Well, anyway, long story short, so we didn't. Now, Lindsey Graham or whatever, now we're in Peru. So as of June 1st, all the way to December or whatever, we're sending troops out to Peru because the three-letter alphabet thing are in Peru now, and now they're turning the Peruvian government up against the Mexican government. So I think there might be a little confrontation there. If we can't go into the north, we're going to go into the south. The problem is, though, that the Mexican president is asking China, or is giving like, hey, if this happens, I more than welcome Chinese troops in there. I would hate to see more than anybody else, I think, confrontation between the Mexico and U.S. Is it possible? Fuck yeah, it's possible. It's very possible. A lot of people may not think so, but if that were to happen, you know how they say the cartels, well, the cartels are already on our soil and all across America.
Yes.
All across the United States. You saw what's going on in the Idaho 4 case, whatever. I don't know if anybody's following that. I've been since day one. And they're saying, the cartels. First of all, you got to identify the cartels and which cartel's doing what. And the problem is here. I don't know. Can we stop using over here? That way we don't have to do all that stuff. And I don't know, smoke some weed or something.
Smoke some weed.
That's the solution to all our problems right there.
I get it. I get it.
Really quick, Matt. Really quick, and I don't want to keep running because we're about to get to where we got to go. But on that plane thing, the plane that crashed, supposedly crashed or shot down, it doesn't matter. It's down, right? The plane is down. That flew over the White House or the Capitol building.
Oh yeah.
Flew, and they made, and I started seeing people on YouTube talking about it. So I'm a big fan of that application called Plane Finder, and I bought it, and it gives me a lot more stuff. So all I watch is all the military aircraft around the world, see what's going on because of the playing field on what's going on in the Black Sea, what's going on in China. Did you know that we can't see the Chinese planes? I can see the Russian planes, but I cannot see nothing coming out of China, but they're there. Well, so I looked at the call sign of this aircraft, the one that crashed, is NC116 or something like that, and I started following. So I'm like, let me do a little research and go back and see this plane's history. Well, it was registered in January, barely this year, and it had a total of 18 flights. Well, the thing about it is, and I've been right there where the Capitol is, out in Woodbridge. I've been all around that area. Well, in looking at the Capitol, there's always military helicopters. There's always police helicopters flying in that area. Well, this plane supposedly flew over the Capitol, and so I looked at the plane pattern, and yes, it did. A little bit north of it, but on Sunday. But I looked at the plane's history, and come Thursday, it had that same flight pattern almost. What it did, that plane took off from Florida on Thursday and went straight towards New York, and then flew over the Capitol, and then it flew over its own crash site. That was the halfway mark. This plane's initial flights were all inside of Florida. inside of Florida. It was doing circles around Florida. It was kind of like they were testing their new plane out, just like we're testing our new truck out. We got a 2023 Peterbilt right now.
Nice.
And pretty cool. Very nice, very comfortable. And so they were testing it. And then it took a flight last week, and it went all the way to Jacksonville, Florida, Georgia area, and it went back to its airport. So come Thursday, it flies to the New York area, and then flies over the Capitol, and then it flies over to where the crash site is, and then it flies back to Florida. Come Sunday, it doesn't fly towards New York. It goes straight to where the crash site is, then goes towards where New York is, or wherever it was heading. It makes a U-turn, comes back, flies over the Capitol, but this time dead center. It wasn't off like a little bit. It was dead center where it flew. I zoomed in on it, and it flew right dead center. And it's going back towards where it crashes, and but its transponder stops showing up at 14,000 feet, 14,875 feet. I don't want to bore anybody with this, but so it wasn't at a low altitude. It got shot up in the sky. Is my not theory, not gut feeling, is what I'm seeing on the data. And,
okay, you got to realize. Well, I know you know this. The Pentagon, the White House, primarily Washington, is a no-fly zone. You don't fly even remotely close to fucking Washington D.C.
It did on Thursday, and it did. Why didn't they shoot it down on Thursday?
Very good question.
So it did a second pass. I think it was a test run. It was a test run, the Thursday one, and Sunday was a real one. Whether it's a cover or not, it happened. Whether something, because I thought, who was in that aircraft to where I started? I didn't sleep much last night over that one. And so I'm glad we're talking about it. Let it off my system. I saw somewhere that it was the guy was the head of the NRA. I don't know that to be true or not. I don't know that to be a fact or not. But who was on board that plane was the pilot, the daughter of this person that owns it. I forget his name, and the granddaughter and the daughter. So 3 women were killed. 2 women, 1 child, female, and the pilot. That's the story going on right now. I'm sure it's going to get buried. I'm sure they're not going to touch that story that plane flew there. I put it out on the chats, on their chats, on the news chats, just so they could look at it. But they can look at it all they want, all day long. They're not going to bring that up.
Socrates.
So that was that with that.
You've got the majority of all of the brainiacs, all of the listening audience here on the Matrix agreeing with what you're saying. That this was some kind of a test flight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, test. It's kind of like when we go somewhere, when we go to a base, because we're on bases almost every day. We were just at a base today. And we're going to see where we're going to drop off or whatever. We like doing a test run. If we're going to fit on the street, if we're going to do, whatever it takes. If there's cars in our way or whatever, if we have the time, we're going to go there and check out what we got to do so we're in and out. But and that's what it seemed to me like. Okay, well, because. Not technically. This plane literally flew over its own crash site twice.
All right, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, because I got to. What can you see in this application whether this plane was registered as a United States airline or it was a United States flight, or was it what? What was this? What was this plane? Where was it registered?
Let me look it up right now. I'll tell you. I can look it up right now because I had it saved. Looking it up right now. I just hope I got my signal. Okay. The plane call sign is N611VG.
Hang on one second.
If anybody wants to look that up on their app.
I do.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. You're gonna.
Okay.
Hang on. We're gonna do this. You said that call sign is what? In what?
N as in Nora. N as in Nora. Got him. Life is better with my glasses on. There we go. Hello. N611. D as in Victor, G as in George. And just type that in on the top.
Got it. All right. So.
And then you go flight time.
No. We're doing something. We're gonna do something a little bit better. I'm gonna get over to a screen share and go over here to the FFA registration.
I'm not watching your screen, but go ahead.
All right. Well, I'm literally going to the FFA registration on Nancy 611 Victor George. Right? That is what you said? Nancy 61 VG, right? So this would be the call sign of that plane that you're mentioning that crashed in Washington, right? N611 VG. So the FFA registration, aircraft description, it says the serial number, it's got the status valid, manufacturer's name, it was a Cessna. Certificate issue date of flight was 4/28 of 2003, model number 560, aircraft type, it did, let's see, pending number changed, it says a dealer, let's see.
You see the register date of 1/23?
No, I've got certificate. We're getting there. We're scrolling up. We're going down. Hang on. We know it was a corporation that registered it. A corporation registered it. Was it a single owner? No.
I don't know which corporation.
So, Melbourne Incorporated. How interesting is that? Inquire Motors of Melbourne. So we know that this is a company. Let's just track this. This is the name of the registered owner, which is again a corporation. So now we're going to go and see where plane crashes. Plane registered in Melbourne, crashes in Virginia. All right, so hang on.
North of Montebello.
Encore. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this
more tools than I do there.
Right here. I'm looking for.
Total flight time was 4 hours 23 minutes.
Wow. Okay. Melbourne, Florida. Okay, so it's Melbourne, Florida, not Melbourne, Australia. Just for clarification. Any of you fact-checking widgets? Just wanted to let you know. Melbourne, Florida, not Melbourne, Australia. So again, all of you fact-checkers.
Yes.
Just letting you know. Clarification. Okay, clarification on this. All right, going back here. I'll give you. I'll give you guys what I've got here in the chat. So 1 second, Socrates. I want to drop.
Sure, go ahead.
I want to drop what I'm looking at in the Brainiac chat for everybody to go over if they want it. It's just the way we do things here. You know that. But anyway,
very interesting.
So what put you on this track? What got you into digging this?
Oh, say that again?
What got you digging into this?
Okay. So I saw somebody report on it, and I was like, "Is this real or is it fake?" So, a YouTuber was. It started popping out that the government shut down, and then I'm in Virginia a lot, so I'm going, okay, let me start looking into it. So had to work, and I always track planes. I'm always tracking an aircraft, whether whatever place I'm at, I look at an aircraft and I start tracking it, see where it's going, see where it's come from. I do the same with the roads, with the storms. So I started looking at it, but what got me really curious was when I started looking at the, and I'll look at it right now, the history of the plane, of its flights.
Okay.
Which, here we go. Okay, so the latest was Sunday, and then previous to that was Friday, June 2nd. That was my daughter's birthday, by the way. And so I was kind of a little busy there. Before that, it flew on Thursday, June 1st. That was a previous date. Oh, that's the day I'm talking about, Thursday. Okay, hold on. Then Thursday, June 1st. Wednesday, the 24th. Before it did all that, it flew straight over towards where it crashed. It flew from Florida all the way to, and it shows you the timeline of these aircraft. If I'm to get on any airplane, I'm going to track my own plane, where I'm at, and just for fun. Call it being bored or whatever, but before it flew all this, its furthest flight was out in Asheville. It went to Johnson City. Is that Virginia?
I don't know.
Johnson
I've got it
City.
up.
It's West Virginia.
I'm going to drop the flight history right. Heads up, everybody. Coming in here in the
would
Brand
you
HF.
please?
Yeah, the flight history. The
Okay.
flight story.
But before that, it didn't get out of Florida. I checked it all the way. Its maiden flight before it got registered was Saturday, February 4th. Yeah, Saturday, February 4th.
In the chat, I just dropped it for everybody right there, if you want it.
Thank you. I'm going to share it. I'm not seeing what you're doing, so
That's all right.
I'm going to have to rewatch it.
Well, I
But-
can tell
but I
you,
can hear you.
you know, looking at the data, right? Looking at the data since it was registered, we've got, it has only really been active, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hang on. Damn it. I can actually
18
tell you.
flights total.
Was that it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's like 14 flights? Is that right?
Somewhere around there, in between there.
All
The
right.
very first one was a test flight right at the airport in Florida. So they were flying in Florida a lot, and then they went further and further. But the bottom line, I was watching a little TikTok thing where a lady goes, "Hey, how often do planes crash?" It was a funny TikTok, right? And the stewardess, the air stewardess goes, once. You know, any plane would crash once. So I started looking into this, and I'm going, wait a minute. This guy was looking at its. If you look at the flight pattern, the data, it's right there. This guy flew over its own crash site. On the third time it crashed, but it was there. The crash site is at the halfway point from the airport. It's a triangle, but it didn't do the triangle on the second run. It did it. It kind of like flew straight to the East Coast, and then it came back, flew over Washington, checks out its test site, and then flies back to Florida. The day of the crash, it goes straight to the crash site, makes a right, goes around the kind of like making a U-turn, goes around, flies over the Capitol, but this time dead center over it. And then it goes back to where it crashed. Right there, that spot, it should have made a left, and should have banked left and went back to its airport in Florida, but it didn't do that. If you notice on the thing, when it's blue, it's low altitude. I've watched this on the colors. That's what I do on my spare time, is look at that plane finder app and see what I can play with. And I look at Russian planes when we had that drone get shot down.
Right.
I looked into that to see if we had any, and I got the call sign. I realized one of them was a drone. We have a drone out there that flies in circles all the time, right there in the Black Sea. And then it gets out of the way, and then the German Air Force comes in, the Italian Air Force comes in, NATO comes in, and we come in. And then you get like 2 or 3 Russian planes. So I'm just watching, before they tell me anything on the news, I just double check it and fact check it, which I haven't been able to do that with Taiwan. And that's another thing. The only reason why we're out there in Taiwan is because of the semiconductor chips, because we depend on them. And I don't know why. If we invented them, why is somebody else selling it back to us? The only reason, that's what I was going to say earlier, the only reason why we want to go into Mexico, or the senators, Republicans, mind you, I'm a Republican, okay, I'm not no Democrat, is because Mexico has lithium. Without that lithium, we can't have our batteries. We want the raw material. We want put our companies in there so they can call it out, whatever, and then leave the land desolate like we do in every country. And Obrador is not going to allow that, and I commend them for that. Instead, he nationalized that. So again, that's one of the things I agree with them. No, do not let the United States into Mexico. I love Mexico. But the problem is that it's going to end up like Venezuela. It's going to end up like all the countries we've ever been into. And I don't want to see my country, and this is my country, go down like that. So as long as they don't let them in, I'm good with that. But that's another thing. Every time I cross the border, the border agents are people from other places. They're not Americans. They're not. I'm not saying white American, or it's like my English is like, their English is broken as heck. And the worst thing for me is to bump into a Mexican border agent like that, because they'll give me a hard time. Anytime I've had a problem with them, that's when I flash my debits card, and excuse me, and they'll let me in. But we have a problem. We definitely do have a problem with the border being this open, not because of people trying to come across or whatever, because that's happened for years. It's because of there's a guy named Oscar Blue. He's in Panama right now. In Panama, there's hundreds, if not thousands, later down the line, because they'll be coming out of Chinese men of fighting age, no kids, no women, just straight up men coming in, and they're going to be coming in through this administration, and I don't know for what reason or whatever, but they're coming through there. I think the solution would be to close our borders. Close it all the way before it's too late. We still have a little bit of time right now to do that, but if we don't do that, the shit's going to hit the fan when it comes down to you remember that movie Red Dawn? I'm sure everybody's watched it.
Hell yeah, I've seen that movie several times.
Well, they don't need to parachute. They don't need to parachute into here. They do not need to parachute. They're already in here.
Well,
so
yeah.
We kind of look at them as sleeper cells. So we have to be on our tips and toes I have much respect for Chinese people. I love going to the buffets, the Chinese buffets. They're very respectful and whatever. But when it comes down to government and what they're trying to do right now, it's really, really bad. I've seen Iranians come across that look just like Mexicans. They look like they're normal paisa out there, and they look Mexican, and they know Spanish.
I gotta stop you for a second because I'm doing some research. We're doing some research here on this flight. Who owns the plane? Blah 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 blah. Right. The owner's name, and the Florida businessman's name was John Rumpel, Rumpel. I shared this in the Matrix chat for everybody to see and read on their own. But from what I'm reading here in the skpop.com, or this article that they've wrote up, it says John Rumpel is a Florida businessman and a prominent MAGA donor. Okay, so. Letting you know now that this was a significant funder of the Make America Great Again movement.
Yes, he was.
All right, so I don't really quite.
He is.
They
didn't take him out.
Well, I don't find it significant at all that his entire family died in that plane. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Right, his loved ones.
That's right.
So it hurts just as bad. It hurts twice as bad.
You damn straight. So, okay, found that tie. Again, who's going back with ties that bind? The apple don't fall too far from the tree. The man was a business owner as well as a top funder for the Make America Great Again movement. So there, bye-bye. That's the end of that story. Next.
Thank you very much, Matt. That was a connection that I thought was it. You just said it. I didn't know it. I was gonna let somebody pop that out, but yeah, there it is, and that's why that plane went down.
No doubt in my mind. I mean, we're staring down the barrel. We're literally staring down the barrel. Everybody, 2024 is right around the corner. You guys realize this? This next election, prominent or not prominent, DeSantis or Trump, either or, I frankly don't give two shits. I could care less. I think at this point in my life that every single one of these talking head candidates, from Russia to China, to Ukraine, they're all fucking corrupt, bro. Every single one of them. Bro, listen to me. I don't trust a single one of these people. None of them.
No. The country was better off with. No, I don't. That's why I love the road. That's why I love being out on the road, because I'm not subject to all this crap.
I agree with you.
Hey, Matt. Well, thank you for having me. I mean,
you're welcome, buddy. Thank you for calling
and working with that. Thank you, guys. I love you guys. I love the Matrix Minds. It's how long's it been since all this started? 3 years now, going on 3 years. I don't know, but it's this is something where we can see. We got together. We can see everything that's going on, and I hope we just keep on going with this. And I've been, man, we just got to stop these people from all this wokeness with the Dodgers. Oh, by the way, I'm no longer a Dodger. That Dodger fan. Not that it matters. I'm a Padres fan now. I'm done with that. I'm a Padres fan now, man. With all this crap, I was born in LA. I never thought I would leave. I will not. I'm done with that crap. And, I have friends. I have family that gay and lesbian community. Hey, much respect. Doesn't bother me. They're great people. You know, that's your choice, whatever. But what these people, these abominations are trying to do, and then trying to attach themselves to the, I don't see it the same way. I want to point out their Adam's apple. I want to point out, you know, like, hey, you want to do that, you're going to have to lose that one too. You know, but I think we have enough people in here and ready to, you know, do anything, whatever it takes to protect our children from these evil satanic people.
Great. I agree with you.
That's all I got to say about that.
Socrates, you ready?
Yes, I am.
Look, homie, you guys,
all right, my brother.
You, Steve, and the Black Sheep crew, please be safe out there, man. I'm for real. Thank you.
Yeah,
man. I
don't
miss driving with you.
Take care. Thank you, Matt.
All right, buddy. Take care of yourself. Love you. Good night, Socrates. We'll catch you later, buddy. Good night. All right, everybody. Mr. Socrates. He is no stranger here to the Matrix, man. Boom him out of here. All right, man. In fact, I pretty much think that we have a pretty good show. I do. I totally do. Grab your popcorn, my friends. Indeed, something's about to blow. Like I said, you can't make this shit up. Like I said, Socrates pointed out about the plane that went down, tracked it back to a massive MAGA donor. Hey, I don't know. I'm just sharing with you what he told me, and I'm like, I started doing some digging, started doing some dot connecting, and, well, you know where I live, ABC. I ain't afraid to die, man. I'm really not. Although, however, I also don't think that I've been told you can't take me out. We'll see. I know you guys censor the living shit out of this show. Definitely know that. But like I said, I figured we'd push the envelope tonight. I don't know. In the description of the show, you can scroll down and you'll see where to participate. On down in there is called Trovo.com. Trovo, Trovo.com. And that is a streaming platform from behind the enemy lines. Hey, if the big guy can do it, the little guy can do it too, right? Right? Again, maybe they won't censor us over there in China. They might like us over there in China. Who knows, man? Never know. We'll catch you guys here on Wednesday night. Indeed, it was Open Lines night. You guys just loved to hear me get all mojo cranked out and vent and rant and rave. You guys be good. Take care of yourselves, children. All you ABCs, compassion, man. We're waiting for you to break. That's it. Don't be afraid. Please, don't be afraid. And then if they turn you in, well, you're going to get 2 weeks paid to play, blah, blah, blah. Tattletale on that, too, for being a good guy. Or a good girl. I don't know what to tell you. I just know that this Matrix is going, goodbye. The Matrix is collapsing every day in every way. I see it. You guys see it. We hear it. You can almost smell it. Wednesday night, Brainiacs. We'll catch you guys here then with Mr. Rob Gauthier on the Enlightenment Evolutionary Hour. Matthew Turner with the Matrix Minds. Please be safe. Be good to everybody. We'll catch you here another day, another way, my friends. On the way out of here, crank this shit up, Brainiacs. Let's get going. I love you guys. Peace out. Good night, everybody. Yeah, man. Yeah. Let's do this. One of the fastest growing talk shows on the internet. Your show. Welcome aboard the Matrix Minds. One of the most controversial conspiratorial shows on the web. The Matrix Minds. And that's right. Buckle up, everybody. Let's go. Paranormal, huh? Conspiracy, huh? Ufology, hidden Egyptology, and anything and everything we can get our hands on. Let's go. Welcome aboard. The Matrix Minds. The Matrix Minds. No show.
You take the blues pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole is. All I'm offering is the truth. Nothing. Stay in Wonderland. All I'm offering is the truth. Nothing. Stay in Wonderland. All I'm offering is the truth.
Ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to also bring to your attention, please, if you can help us on behalf of everybody around the globe, please, if you enjoyed the show and you enjoy the Matrix Minds broadcast, please find your way up to the top of the screen, smash that subscribe button. For a minute, we've gotten rid of the donation button on the site, but nevertheless, without a doubt, this show cannot happen without you. It does not happen without you. And with that being said, my friends, without a doubt, if you have become a subscriber, we absolutely thank you for that. I appreciate you guys from the utmost bottom of my heart. Again, not everybody, take care of yourself. We will catch you another day, another way, my friends.
What is up, all my beautiful and gorgeous souls? I am Michelle Espinosa, otherwise known as the Shaman, through the Matrix Mind Media. So tell me, how many times have you wished that you had that special power of prediction? You know, to know what was going to happen before it actually happened and took place. To have some power and control over that situation before things came flying at you out of left field. The thing is, you actually can have that power. You can be aware of what's coming. Tune in to Astrology TV with me for Breaking the Cage every Sunday evening at 10 p.m. Eastern on the Matrix Mind Media. And I will go through the astrology and help put you on the right course and get you back in control of your own life. Love you guys.
This CBD fluid is a whole flower fluid extracted from the cannabis flower. We don't use any heat, butane, or chemicals when we extract, so we get all of the components of the plant. All the CBD, CBG, CBA, all the terpenes, all the flavonoids. This allows our body to absorb at 60 to 90% rather than the average of 6 to 10% absorption you would get with a CBD oil. Because our bodies are made up of mostly water and this is a fluid, it's highly absorbable so that you're getting 500% more nutraceuticals per dose. We also have this available in our CBD spray as well as a muscle rub with all kinds of botanicals. You're going to absolutely love it.
Check it out, Brainiacs. MatrixMinds.live/CBD. The CBD I use. Feel free again. Feel alive again. And now back to the show.